All right, November the 18th, about 8:35 in the morning. Now, some people may have been watching some of my videos, and maybe they're not that experienced with metal detecting. Maybe they don't understand frequency. Maybe they're reading the owner's manual. What I'm going to show in this video is not talked about in the user's manual of the XP Deus 2. This is the HF2 coil. This is version 310. Okay. You're going to hear me keep repeating that I'm using the 29 kilohertz multi-frequency band channel 0 and the 89 kilohertz multi-frequency band channel 6. Why am I doing that? Well, I'll give you a demonstration here, okay? This is a sensitive program, 29 kilohertz channel 6, okay? And we're going to compare this gold ring and this foil here with the 89 kilohertz multi-frequency band channel 0. So if you noise cancel this machine, it's going to, I believe it's going to come in, it's going to default to 0 at turn on. Unless you're in that frequency band at turn on, then it will do a noise cancel, but it could still go to 0. All the multi-frequency bands that are not in use at system turn on will be at 0. And if you've got auto frequency scan turned off, when you scroll over there, that's where it's going to be, 0. Okay? So here's the 29 kilohertz band channel 6. Here's this gold ring here. All right? Watch what happens. You see that? 52. Now I'm going to transition to 89 kilohertz multi-frequency. Whoops. Channel 0. You see that? Back to the 29 kilohertz channel 6. Only a 2-point difference. Here's this folded small can slaw, 29 kilohertz channel 6. You see that? Here's the 89 kilohertz channel 0. So the can slaw there sort of reads the same, and we see a mere 2-point shift on that gold ring. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and dial the 89 kilohertz all the way over to channel 6. Okay? The 29 kilohertz band, I'm going to dial it to channel 0. Now watch what happens on the gold ring. 29 kilohertz channel 0. The 89 kilohertz channel 6. You see what happened there? Now we have a 5-point disparity. If we go back to 29 kilohertz channel 0 over this small can slaw here, you see my ID, 49. If I shift to 89 kilohertz channel 6, we see a mere 1-point disparity. So if I've seen a 1-point disparity in the field, it's probably not a ring enclosure. Now I can put a pull ring up here, I can put a square tab, and you will see more disparity than you will over that. Okay? Now we're going to move the gold ring over here to the side. Now, you may see more disparity in the wild than 5 points on that ring right there when you compare these programs, okay? It's a possibility. All right? A gentleman made a comment in one of my YouTube videos talking about nickels, okay? We're still in the 29 kilohertz channel 0. And we're going to be comparing it again to the 29 kilohertz, 89 kilohertz channel 6. Here's 29 kilohertz channel 0 over this nickel. Watch what happens. You see that? Now I'm going to transition. You see that? 3 points. If you'll go back and watch the video I did yesterday, hunting in the wild, that's what I showed in the camera. And I dug a nickel. So remember, you get to see the disparity in this window of this machine when you change modes by using the plus or minus key and you got your remote set up or your WS6. If you've seen a 3-point disparity in the wild, you could always dig it. It might be a nickel. I'm not going to say every one would be a nickel. If you've seen a 4-point disparity, it might be a nickel. It's probably not going to be can slaw. Okay, it's probably not going to be most foil. Okay, that would, you know, be somewhat the size of a gold ring to slightly bigger. You know, a ball of foil as big as your fist, you'll probably pick up on that with about any detector. 3 or 4 or 5 inches in the ground. All right. So yeah, 3 points on that nickel. 5 on that gold ring. Pull rings in the wild without beaver tails, or if the beaver tail is wrapped around the pull ring, you may see 9 points, 8 points, possibly 10 point spread with ID. You may see that on a gold ring. All right. Now, one thing I didn't show here, we'll transition over here. And I'm just using this 88.3 kilohertz on this nickel here, okay? See the ID on it. The 89 kilohertz, it sort of mirrors the 29 kilohertz channel 0, 3 points lower. So you have a way with this machine to dodge a lot of can slaw and fall and still dig nickels even. How about that shit? Now this is not a bulletproof, foolproof system, okay, that I've been showing with this machine. But I believe it's got benefit, okay, especially if you get into a site. You know, not all sites are created equal. What if you get into a site that's got a whole lot of that folded damn small can slaw? See what I'm saying? Wonder if you get into a site that's got a lot of that shit in it. Or that. Okay, well you'll be digging like a moe with most detectors looking for gold rings. You won't be digging like a moe with that one over there, okay? Now this assumes your ground's not got too high mineralization. I've only got one report from somebody that's tried this in higher mineralized dirt. He said it don't work too good, okay? So I can't vouch for, I don't have any hands-on the high mineralized dirt, boys and girls. All right. Now, is there other things out there besides the nickel that would yield a 3 ID spread yet not be a can slaw item? Well, I'd say there probably is. But still, I like the odds. Okay, you got something to go on at least. You know, we haven't had much to go on. That right there, something like that in that shape, it's going to fool a lot of metal detectors. Meaning, you got to dig it. You got no choice. You're gambling to leave it. And you're gambling to dig it. But with that coil over there, you can look at it and probably put some pretty good odds to leave it or dig it. All right, that's going to conclude the video.